Hi, it's Tamika Chambers, and I hope your Monday is has been a good one, been off to a good start, and that you have accomplished some things that you wanted to accomplish today. And I wanted to come on and talk to you about a word that came to me this weekend, and that word is temptation. And often we can see temptation as something bad. I mean, it has a negative vibe to it too, right? So when you think about Adam and Eve and how Eve gave into the temptation and ate the apple, if you remember the Bible story, or that to me is one of the first thing that comes to mind. And then when you think about temptation in your own life, temptation, whatever journey that you're on as part of your life, weight loss journey, maybe you're trying to lose weight, and the temptation to control your appetite and not, to temptation to not exercise and knowing that you need to exercise, right? I had that today, that it's so easy to want to sit at your laptop and do the work and put exercise on the back burner and to rationalize, I'll just do it tomorrow. And my mother often told me that anytime that you say wait, that it's time for you to do it today. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. And so my thought was, every time I hear wait in my mind, it's like that alarm goes off. Do I really want to wait? What will waiting do for me? Will it accomplish the goals that I have? And so temptation can be in every aspect of our lives. Temptation in our financial life, to save, not to save. Temptation in whether in our mental life, to be upset, to get angry, to hit, to kick, to push, to call people outside their names. Temptation to go off on people, when you feel projected pain. Temptation to stay in the bed longer and not go to work, right? Or be late for work. The temptation to, I talked about eating, the temptation to delay whatever activity that you want to delay. The temptation to isolate yourself. The temptation to be angry, to be anxious, to be confused, to feel betrayed, to want to get vengeance on another. We all face temptation in so many ways. And we often, again, think of it as something that's negative, right? That we're not going to win, that temptation has the upper hand. But it's how we see things, right? It's how we act, how we use something in life. And temptation can be used as something to help you achieve and sustain optimum health. And the first thing that we have to do is pull the word apart, break it down, and see what is temptation? What is its function? And how can I use it to help me along this spiritual journey? And I believe it can be used. I remember as a little girl when I walked into the living room at our first house, and this thought came to me that life experiences help to build character. And in the book of James, verses 1 through 18, I believe, it talks about temptation and how temptation is not of God, but what temptation is. And just going over that and reading that and understanding it and putting the pieces together over so many years, from that little girl who saw, bits of the cycle of pain, the generational cycle of pain, who saw, the temptation to be anxious, the temptation of rage and anger, the temptation to see all men as one way, all women as one way, the temptation to think bad about life, right? And to question your life and your purpose. But it's through a spiritual mindset that you start to see temptation for what it is and that you start to want to master it, because we are here not to be dominated by our emotions, our feelings, our finances, by relationships, our coaches, our husbands, our employers, dominated by food, drugs, alcohol, sex, any of that. We are here to be the master of it. We are here to master our emotions and feelings. We are here to master our lives, not to dominate people, but to use our gifts, our talents, and our experiences, and to, as I said before, to testify to the truth. So, by changing our view of temptation, we therefore change how we think about it and how we see it and how we can use it to our benefit, to bring out the best in us and not the worst in us, because we are all here for divine reasons. We have divine abilities. We have a specific purpose in life. And part of our purpose is to evolve to the highest version of ourselves, to align our personality, our human genetics with our spiritual genetics. And through that, we're often tested. And through that testing, who we are in that given state, our thoughts, our hearts, or what's on our minds, comes out. And I like to discuss this further in my thoughts on temptation next Monday around 9:30 a.m. Central Time. And I would like for you to join me as I share my thoughts about temptation, and do my best, of course, to answer any questions that you may have, but to share what I have learned in its role in this generational cycle of pain, its role in being a distraction in us fulfilling our divine purpose, and how we can flip it around and use it to become, again, the best version of ourselves. So I'll be talking to you soon. And in the meantime, make this lifetime great. Think about, what is it you've been struggling with? What are your thoughts about temptation? And how has it helped you or hurt you? And not only doing the work that you're here to do, but also too in hurting you in enjoying the fruit of your labor. I'll talk to you soon. Take care of yourself.